I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Woobat. This episode is releasing, quite coincidentally, on Halloween, and perhaps it feels appropriate to cover a bat Pokemon on this spookiest of days. In fact, this Pokemon is a replacement of sorts for Swoobat, the first generation Pokemon I did cover as a Halloween special in the first year of this podcast. Actually though, I don't think bats are all that spooky. Between vampires and Batman, they've been associated with fear in the public consciousness. And as mostly nocturnal creatures, they are liable to spook lonely nighttime travellers. But bats are mostly harmless. Many are vegetarians, and the ones which do hunt are primarily interested in bugs and small rodents. Even the infamous vampire bat rarely feeds on human blood, and though it can occasionally spread infectious diseases, its saliva, which keeps the prey bleeding, has helped to develop stroke medication. Woobat is a flying and psychic type Pokemon, which looks like a ball of white fluff, kept aloft by small bat-like wings, and interrupted only by a big pink nose, and a mouth with one adorable fang. This fluffy white colouring is inspired by the Honduran white bat, an adorable critter which also inspired fan favourite Monster Hunter monster, the Paolumu. Pokemon Black tells us of Woobat, its habitat is dark forests and caves. It emits ultrasonic waves from its nose to learn about its surroundings. Because bats can navigate at night using ultrasonic waves, there's a misconception that they're blind. Swoobat didn't even have eyes, and Woobat's eyes are hidden under its shaggy coat. Most bats can see, they just happen to operate in the dark. Pokemon White tells us, suction from its nostrils enables it to stick to cave walls during sleep. It leaves a heart-shaped mark behind. And Black 2 and White 2 tell us, the heart-shaped mark left on a body after a Woobat has been attached to it is said to bring good fortune. The heart-nosed bat is a real bat, though it doesn't stick to walls using its nostrils. Vampire bats do often leave a mark on their prey, most noticeably because they use their teeth to shave the targeted area of hair and fur. The name Woobat, as well as sounding like Swoobat, comes from the word wool, referring to the shaggy white fur. The Japanese name is Koromori, coming from kororo, or heart, and komori, or bat, a very appropriate name. The English equivalent of that pun would be either hat or Bart, both of which are terrible names for Pokemon. Swoobat evolved into Golbat, and then, through friendship, again into Crobat. Woobat skips the middle stage, but, through friendship, it evolves into Swoobat. Swoobat has a hairless head and legs emerging from its fluffy torso. It looks more like a real-life heart-nosed bat or vampire bat than the excessively hairy Woobat. Pokemon Shield tells us, the auspicious shape of this Pokemon's nose apparently led some regions to consider Swoobat a symbol of good luck. The name Swoobat comes from swoop, referring to the hunting tactics of flying animals, but could also come from swoon, referring to the romantic nature of the heart shape and the mating calls. The Japanese name is Kokoromori, an expansion of Woobat's name. Welcome back to Moils on Mon, Woobat.
This is just a goofy little guy. I like Woobat. I think, you know, the Zoobats, if you started playing, if you're of a certain age and you played the original gens and such, I think Zubat can conjure up bad memories of just constantly running into them. And, you know, run into a Woobat, you see that little smile, that silly little face. I I'm up for that. I'm up for that. Swoobat, I think it loses some of that endearing cuteness. Like it keeps the nose, but I don't know. I think it having like is it either no eyes or very very small eyes and just like a big grinning mouth with a goofy mouth. I think that's why Woobat's cool. But yeah.
Swoobat has pink, rat-like tails, coiled and ending with 2 claw-like pincers. Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 tell us, it shakes its tail vigorously when it emits ultrasonic waves, strong enough to reduce concrete to rubble. At first, Swoobat might not seem like a powerful enough monster to reduce anything to rubble. Its hidden ability, however, is Simple, which doubles all stat changes. A boost to its attack becomes a double boost. A double boost becomes 4 times. Keep it alive for a turn or 2 to boost its stats, and Swoobat can be as dangerous as Bruce Wayne. Even on today, the spookiest of days, Woobat and Swoobat show that we can choose love. Instead of being scared of vampires, werewolves, ghouls and ghosts, why not fall for the monsters? Music for Luke Loves Pokemon is composed by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Writing, producing and editing is by me, Luke Summerhays, while funding is provided by lovely listeners at patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. Next up are Drillbur and Ordino, so if you have thoughts about those or any other monsters, hit me up with a DM or an email to lukelovespkmn@gmail.com. If you like this podcast, please rate and review wherever you're listening, or tell a friend. And if you want to hear more Pokemon chatter from me, come by twitch.tv/lukelovespkmn, most Saturday nights from 9 PM UK time. Even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Woobat, and remember, I love you too.